Welcome to Somnium Space Metaverse. We are here starting the exhibition with Chiara Moreni. She created these wonderful 2D animated magical creatures all around us. She will be talking about that, about her art, about her journey, and about a lot of other things. But before we get there, we will wait for everyone to arrive here, and we will enjoy the music provided by Lakehouse from the Hot House that is featuring emerging artist Paul McKay. So you can hear it here on the live stream. For those of you that have just joined and don't know what to do, just click the web browser, click View in Word, and on the left bottom side you can tweak the music so it's comfortable for you. Yeah, and we are going to start in about like 5-7 minutes. Till then, just enjoy yourself and have a good fun.
Is this something you're gonna get?
What is up, Somnium? Let me see those dance moves for Paul McKay, baby. Let's go. Oh yeah, baby. Once again, another banger from our man, Paul McKay. Dude, big ups to our man Artifix for having it. Once again, just another amazing art exhibit showcasing Chiara Moreni. I hope I said that right. But either way, I hope you guys are having an awesome time up there inside Somnium. It's a big old day for the Hot House because later on at 6 p.m. we're going to be doing a live drawing session with our man Ultralord. But I think for this time we just have about time for one more track, and then I'll let Artifix take it on over. So guys, I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and thank you so much for this opportunity. As always, let's go, baby! Oh my gosh, this is
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Ultra. How are you doing?
Yo, what's up? Good. How are you, bro?
I'm perfect. It's amazing. Oh, and we have someone on Twitch with us. So, hello, visitor.
Let's go. Fucking track.
Hi, Laura. There's so many people today. Wow, it's going to be crazy. Love it.
Oh yeah, baby. Let's go.
And we have here the advertisement. Maybe some of you see it as well, the purple screen. It's just, it's blocked. Normally you would see some ad from Twitch. Now you can see just the purple screen, which is probably better. Hello everyone that's coming new. So if you want to hear the music, before we start, you just click the web browser, click View in Word. On the left bottom side, you can read the song, and there's our man Blake from the Hot House. He's featuring one emerging artist, the musician Paul McKay. So you can listen to some of his songs. It's pretty cool.
Once again, guys, give it up for Artifix, holding yet another amazing exhibition. Chiara Moreni, I hope I said it right. Let's get it though. I can't wait to watch this interview and see your beautiful art. Keep doing what you do, everybody. And I hope that I can connect with each and every single one. Yes, let's go.
Everyone, we are able to start any minute.
Let's go, Radar Man. Here we go. Look at that crowd. Let's go, baby. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this. We're about to go raid our man Artifix. Paul McKay's music was being played, guys, and if you've never heard him before, fucking hell, check him out. Give him a follow, give him some love. Let's go raid our man. Let's go.
Okay, amazing,
you guys
people.
In about
So
1 hour for our man Ultra Lord to do some live drawing. Let's go.
So let's get this party started. Thank you, everyone. We welcome here in Somnium Space Metaverse in the Lakehouse gallery. You might be confused that you don't see the Lakehouse. Well, it's there. If you are in the actual Metaverse, here we are in just a sort of simplified version. It's just this one parcel that's missing the lake, but later, or if you follow me on Twitter, you would be able to see much more. Also, there are some cool videos on my channel, but we are here not because of that. We are here because of wonderful artist Chiara that created all these cool 2D creatures around us, the characters that are all around here, usually women, but we can see some lizards over there, and if you check her website, you will see some other ideas and some of the characters there. So it's pretty amazing. Thank you all for coming. There's so many people here, so many people on Twitch. Welcome there as well. One Dark Side 3, Pagod Bastard, and Wooferbast. I think I saw Wooferbast here as well. So welcome everyone. It's great to have such a big audience. And yeah, so Chiara, hopefully everything is working, the sound and so on. So fingers crossed. Hi, how are you doing?
So thank you very much for hosting me, and thank you everyone for coming. Very happy to see so many people.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, everyone was obviously is very interested in you and in your art, which is wonderful. I fall in love with it first time I saw it. Before we start, just one more reminder: we have spatial sound here, so keep close. Because if you get too far, or even if you zoom your view too far, you will not be able to hear, or just very poorly. So keep close to me and to Chiara. Up here so we would be able to hear everything. In the beginning, we will mostly stand here, then we will move a little bit, so just keep close, so you don't miss anything. And maybe if at the beginning, it would be great to learn something about you before we dive deep into your art. So could you tell us a little bit about your background and how you became an artist?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I am a 2D artist, and I focus mainly on characters and 2D animations. And I'm originally from Italy, and I moved to London to study art. Actually, I moved to London 5 years ago to do a master in character animation, and my background is mainly a background in traditional frame by frame and drawn animation. And since then, I've been working here in London in this industry for TV show for kids and commercials and also video games. So basically, I started to paint since I was very, very young. During my childhood, I liked to paint on canvas with acrylic colors, watercolors. I did draw a lot traditionally with pencils, and it was like a mixture of traditional medias. And when I was a teenager, I started to get a little bit more into digital painting. And I remember I was very, very passionate about drawing manga at the time. The thing is, at the time, I was not really planning to undertake an art career. It was more like an hobby for me. And I never actually did art school. During high school, I went to study ancient Greek and Latin. It was a classical high school. And so for a while, I kind of stopped of drawing, like for a few years, because I was focusing more on school. And at the time, I used to do sports. I used to play music. So I did not have time to do everything. So I kind of stopped drawing. But the thing is that when I finished high school and I started my bachelor, I did a bachelor in cinema, television, and new media. I kind of started to draw again because of storyboarding. So I used to do short films with my friends, with my colleagues. They're all filmmakers. And I remember that I was doing what I can do best at the time. So I was drawing the storyboards for the films. And this is how I got a little bit more into drawing again. And at the end of bachelor, I remember that I just wanted to try this career. And I gained a little bit more confidence in my artistic skills, and that's why, as I said, I decided to come to London and study this master, and it turned out quite well. Like at the moment, I'm working for a TV show. I'm working for a TV show for kids. It is called The Brilliant World of Tom Gates, and at the same time, I'm doing my second job, that is basically publishing these NFTs for the NFT market. So I'm quite busy at the moment. So many things.
Yeah, well, congratulations to all of that success. And you're not just publishing, but you actually practically sold out. And at least what I was following, most of the time when you publish something, then you basically immediately sold it out. So you started creating editions as well. To give more people opportunity to own one of your pieces.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. Actually, it was really surprising. I'm very, very happy about that. I'm receiving a lot of support from the community, so I'm super grateful.
Yeah, I think it's for one, it's really unique and super cute. I remember like first time I saw it, I think it was you had just five artworks. They were these lizards, and you just started doing these characters, which took it to another level. Yeah, I can absolutely see the inspiration in manga. There's the big eyes and. And there's absolutely a lot of people that love it, but it's not pure manga. It's just have its own feel
Yeah, it's a mixture really. Like I'm totally influenced by manga. Like as I was telling you, I've been drawing manga since I was 15. But at some point, I got really into Disney films as well. So it's sort of like a mixture of everything. Like so, something in between.
Yeah, yeah. That's really cool. Maybe if, when I was mentioning that first time I saw you create the animals, so that's clear your inspiration with the nature. What made you go into the more like the character like women side?
Oh well, basically, I've always been very fascinated by feminine subjects. So I those are basically my main themes in my art: nature and femininity, actually. So I really like to draw animals, but drawing the female body for me is something. It's something. First of all, it's more challenging. So I'm always trying to challenge myself and to push my artistic skills, to learn new things. And for me, the human body to draw is extremely challenging. That's why I decided to do this series of drawings and to push the body shapes a little bit more in detail, like more complex shapes. And that's why I got this idea. And then I really love fantasy. That is something that all of these paintings that you can see tonight have in common. And that's why I'm developing at the same time this series of fantasy little creatures and female fantasy characters, highly influenced by mythology and fantasy aesthetics.
Yeah, you're really capturing these big archetypes that are part of these big stories that are just with us. With every generation, like everything evolves, but the archetypes that you are drawing, and even for the names that you are using, like Medusa, Fauna, and others, they and this mermaid character, it's amazing. And then you actually are using some of your own creations, right? So creating your own characters and stories in this collection.
Yeah, basically I get a lot of inspiration by myths, but all the characters you can see are basically based mainly on my own imagination. Like I reimagined almost all of them. Like yes, so they're pretty much original, like in colors, and also the way they look, and the message is a little bit my own art message. So it's a redesign of the whole character.
Yeah, I can see if Wooferbust likes the colors. I think it's sort of the alpha and omega, especially considering it's inspired by art for, like, it's not art for kids, but you're sort of coming from that field, right? So it's like it's like fantasy, but not in the dark way, but in like the powerful, optimistic way.
Yeah, exactly. Like optimistic is exactly the right word, because all these artworks that you can see, they all have in common a message of positiveness. That is what I really look into when I'm basically drawing, because yes, drawing for me is like a sort of way of finding a sort of inner peace. You know what I mean? Like a sort of meditation. Because when I'm drawing, I just like escape from the stress that I'm experiencing every day, and it's a way of find calm and relaxation. So I just draw what it makes me feel really good at that moment, and this is the kind of the message that I'm trying to convey to people when they look at my art.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. So maybe before going to the practical details and your process of creating this art, what are you planning next? Because actually, if someone would look at your journey in NFT space, then we can see progression, like going through different themes. So you started with the animals. Actually, the first one I think were not even animated ones. As we can see, this greenish lizard on the right hand side, the edge. I think it was one of the first ones. It's not animated. The other ones are. So that's one thing. Then you started with these characters. The forest women, the ether goddess, midnight shine, or I'm totally butchering the names. I'm sorry for that. You will correct that. Cybergirl is actually from later on, and then we have these a bit like almost like demonish feel, and witches, which is quite different. It still keeps the feel of like the optimism, power, and but it's like the witch is usually someone that's just is able to occupy the space and so to do whatever they like, either in good or bad. So you are moving more in that direction. So these are the Medusa. Also, like mythologically, not so positive character. Even in your take, it's quite different. So what's the next step?
So the next, the latest ones were the witch and the series of pinups. That is basically the first one you can see near the big screen, the elf. And in the opposite side of the gallery, there is the witch, the silver-haired witch. Those I'm currently working on a new series of drawing, which are this series of fantasy pinups, and I think I will keep on doing that for my Maker's Place shop for a while. And I found myself very into this kind of drawings because first of all, I've never kind of drawn in this manner. This is something completely new. Like the pinup style mixed with the fantasy aesthetics is something that I've never done before. So at the moment I am planning to keep on this line, and of course all the characters you can see, as you were saying, they overall convey this message of positiveness. Even the witch, like for me it is, but it's good also to hear other people's opinion. That is the beauty of it, that everyone can interpret the art in many different ways, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe for someone it's not optimistic, have like a bad view on witches. I don't know, so it can be absolutely different, but I think it will be quite difficult to imagine. But it's possible. But
yes, basically I will be focusing always on human characters, as I was telling you before, because it's the thing that I most like at the moment. I'm most passionate about drawing characters, so I will keep on with this kind of series with females and animals all together.
Yeah, it actually works really well together with the Mermaid, where there are the fishes around, and it's really cool. Also, I would like to read a comment from One Dark Sit 3. Your art is really good, so talented. So
thank you.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people here using the emotes. That's so cool. It almost looks like that's sort of your community, because everyone's just loving it so much. So that's so cool. Yeah.
Yes, no, I'm enjoying so much being in this community, because I've never experienced so much support before. Like before, before entering into the NFT space, I was not that much on social medias. I was just using a little bit Instagram or Station, but I was using them more like a portfolio. And there was not much interaction, and I was very, very surprised when I signed up to Twitter and I started to talk to people in the community to see that everyone was super active, supporting each other, talking with each other, and I met so many talented artists since then. So it's been like I have been into this space for 3 months now, but I mean, I've done so many things, I've met so many people, like it looks, I have been in here for a very long time. It's just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like my story because I actually before March this year, I just have Facebook with a couple of people from US that I wanted to contact with, but I didn't even had like photo of there. Just there's this. I was just using it for messaging app because they were using it for that, and I didn't had any other way how to do that. So yeah, it was quite surprised how the social networks can be sort of creative force that helps artists to join together, exchange ideas, motivate each other, and do all sorts of community things.
And this also gave me so much more confidence actually to show my art, which before was really, really art for me. But seeing that everyone is very supporting, it changed a little bit my mind about that. So this is really amazing for me. Like it's something completely new, and it's good. It's positive.
Yeah, that's I can just say amen to that. Perfect. Okay. So can you tell us a little bit more about your creative process? How you create these wonderful characters?
Yeah, sure. So, okay, I mostly work in Photoshop. I painted pretty much, yes, all of them in this software. And about my creative process, basically what I like to do is I always start gathering a lot of references before drawing. I really need to see other people's art and see the way they draw, the kind of style that I prefer, the colors. Sometimes I gather like images, like photos of landscape, just to see the color palettes, or photos of models, for instance, to imitate the body pose. I sometimes do a lot of photos also to myself, especially when it comes to draw difficult parts of the body, like arms, hands, or feet. Like for me are quite difficult sometimes, so I need a lot of references. After that, basically, I mean, I built like a sort of mood board for all the references, and I start to sketch in Photoshop. So that is my favorite process, because my favorite part of the process, because I usually do so many sketches before picking up the right one. And when I'm happy with one of those, I just start to further developing it, like clean up all the lines, put some color into it. And then when it's nearly done, I just start to prepare my file, like separating all the single layers in order to export it then into the animation software that I use. For these animations, I use a software called Spine, which is a software that is mainly used for in-game animations. And it's really, really good software, especially in combination with Photoshop, because, I mean, thanks to a script, you can easily export everything straightforward into that. And then the rest is super easy. Like, it's a very, very easy software to learn. And I usually do the rigging part and the animation all in that software. After that, sometimes, I mean, when I want to add particles or some minor secondary effects, sometimes I do that in After Effects. Like I export everything into After Effects and I do the compositing in there. But the two main software that I usually use are Photoshop and Spine, definitely.
Wow, so many steps. We have Booferblast here commenting that hands and feet are the hardest thing to draw. Do you have some tips how to do that?
Well, I always draw like simple, very simple shapes. Like before starting to, I never draw straightforward the hand as I see it in the pictures. Like I usually try to separate all the features in very simple geometric shapes like circles or squares. And after that, when I see that more or less the shape is working, I start to clean up. So this is usually my process. And I do that after looking very intensely at the pictures that I'm referring to, because yes, you're right, it's super hard.
Right. So for yeah, how do you handle perspective? Walter is curious about that.
The perspective, oh my God. I have a problem with that. Like I am not a super expert about all the technical stuff while I'm drawing. So I mean, I just do many attempts until I obtain the results that I want to. I mainly feel like when I'm drawing, I'm mainly thinking about the gesture and the emotion that the character conveys, right, rather than the technical sides of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The old school method, I would say. Art, not so much science.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for the tips. I see that Walter learned a lot, especially the software that you mentioned. So it can be quite interesting for other people as well, because there's so many different tools out there, and it's just hard to maybe pick the best for the job. So maybe if someone would be creating some art like this, they have a tip how to do that. So it's Photoshop and Spine you were saying,
And
right?
Spine, yeah. If you're drawing in Photoshop and you want to give a little bit of life to your drawings, it's good to have a look at Spine, definitely.
Yeah, and I remember one of the tweets that you were tweeting about animating one of these. So there's like so big number of different bones, right? So many things to animate, especially with some of these the women with like leaves and flowers and eyes and all these different elements.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can see her right now. Or this one in front of you. Like these ones have so many leaves. Like I don't know how many bones I actually put into the skeleton for doing that. Like the animation is very simple and extremely subtle. Like but some of them were quite long to animate because of the number of the bones that I was putting into the character. Like very long process.
Yeah.
It took more to rig than to animate.
Yeah,
actually.
Absolutely. And I really like the subtleness, or how to say it, of the animation. Because like if you see it like this, where it's just the one character that you focus on, then of course you can see the movement. But actually, when I was playing with it and putting it into this animated book, then because there were many more things around that were moving, then it like the movement of the animation of these characters was so subtle that it just like you didn't even know like it's moving. It just like felt right, but you didn't know why.
Yeah. No. Yes. They all have in common this subtlety, mainly because my first aim is just to convey. I think that this subtlety conveys that they are in some ways alive, like they are breathing, but they don't move too much because I don't want the scene to be too chaotic. Like that is not the main point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, to convey this message of calm, relaxation, and everything, I think these subtle movements are perfect. Are just perfect. Or for instance, if you can see the Cybergirl or the Ethereum goddess, they have these LEDs moving very slowly behind them, and those I did that kind of movement on purpose because it's kind of hypnotic, like. So I thought this is very calm. Also this one with the half moons, I thought it is quite calming, relaxing, very hypnotic. It gives this kind of peaceful, dreamlike atmosphere to the painting, and I really, really like that kind of effects. So.
Yeah, and well, for people around you and your collectors do as well. I would, particularly for people that are watching or for even here, check out like the eyes, because like if you look focus on movement of something, you will probably see the big elements first. So for like the leaves and maybe the circle behind, these sort of things. But if you've noticed the eyes, then it's you take it almost granted, but the movement is actually quite intricate, because it's very subtle, but it's not just like blinking. You can see the eyes moving, and almost can imagine or see the person thinking, character thinking about something or communicating with you, because the eye movement is so lifelike.
Yes, I was trying exactly to do that. Like I was trying to make them as much as expressive as possible. Like and for that I focused mainly on the face and on the way the eye move. And for instance, in this one, the way she's looking at the little lizard, and then she's doing like a little smirk, like a little smile, and everything is very delicate and it's very subtle that you need to watch it continuously to. Notice that little movements, little details is not immediate.
Yeah. And I think that's the way it should be. Yeah, so it's just perfect. So for here, I guess it's just years of experience, or like if someone would like to learn to animate characters, both in 2D and 3D, I think it doesn't matter so much. And it can be quite quite current topic with the metaverse, with avatars, with the technological advancement in this area. So how would one learn to create the animation that's really subtle but powerful, like what you are doing? Is there some trick, or just how to do it, or just year of practice?
Well, in my case, the biggest advice I can give is work every single day, like on your skills.
Yeah.
Because I did uni, of course, and it was very, very helpful. Like I learned a lot, but I think the motivation is what helps you the most at the end for learning. So I stayed every single day looking tutorials, learning for people that are much, much better than I am, always looking at other artists, always searching for references, and especially always drawing like every day non-stop, because I think this is the only way of learning. And then the softwares comes later on. Like first is good to learn the skills, how to make things, and then the software are very, very quick and easy to learn. Like I learned Spine and the software that I use on the job, basically, like in a day. So it's nothing huge. It's the rest that is the difficult part.
Yeah. Just like with every mastery, you just need to go step by step and do
Exactly.
the work.
And be patient and make an effort, of course.
Oh, hi Arthur. Welcome. It's great to have you here.
Hello.
Okay, so maybe this would be a good time of going one by one, and you would tell us something about them, about their story, and maybe we can talk about some particular details about the creation. So which site you want to start with? It would be good to go like one by one, so people don't lose us. But which part? So I think it's either Medusa or the little lizard.
We can go. It's okay. Like we can start from here, from Medusa and the witch.
Okay. So let's go there. So everyone, just a reminder: we have spatial sound, so keep close to us, so you will be able to hear us, and be careful with the zoom out, because then you might lose the audio as well. So let's start with the Medusa.
Okay, so this one, of course, is taken from a very popular character of the ancient Greek mythology, Medusa. In the myth, she was the priestess. Originally, she was the priestess of Athena, and I mean, because of her jealousy, she got cursed, and she became this terrible monster that we all know. And basically, she lived all the rest of her life hiding away from everyone. And as I was saying before, with these paintings, I am trying to convey a sort of positiveness and a sort of message of self-confidence. So I kind of reimagined and rewritten a little bit this character as I liked. So this is my very, very own reinterpretation of her. And you can see her that she's in her new condition. So she is still like this monster with the snake hair, but she's still as beautiful as before. And she's very confident with her new body and with, I mean, her new appearance. So it's kind of a message of self-accepting, this one. And she's just staring with her eyes at the snake, and she has this very loving look, and she's smiling. So pretty much this is the message of this painting.
Yeah, it almost looks like she's happy that she now has like so many great pets that will protect her.
Yeah,
as
she's
well.
like, she has this very caring look, looking at each of them like my songs. So yes, pretty much is like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, I think that's like inspirational story that you can take a sad story and you can actually just, because like the story is the same, but the result or just the attitude of the Medusa, to say it in modern terms, is different.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't care, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think it's also very very current. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to the next one, the Silver Witch, right?
Yeah, so this is the silver-haired witch, and this is my very latest piece that is currently available on Maker's Place. It's one of the few still available pieces, and it's part of my series of pin-up art. And the first one, as I was telling you before, is the fairy elf that is in the opposite side of the room. And with this painting, I just got very inspired with pin-up art from the 50s. That is my latest influence. And what I can say about this is that I was experimenting a lot. I was challenging myself a lot, especially with body poses. If you can see, the rest of the paintings are mainly like portraits, or they are cut. With these ones, I just wanted to draw the full human body, the full human figure in a very interesting and appealing pose. So I'm just trying very much, this is me trying to push my artistic skills at the maximum level, like, and with every new drawing, I'm trying to do that and see the improvements. And about the style, I can say that this influence, this drawing was pretty much influenced by one of my favorite artists so far. Is basically Alessandro Barbuti, which is the creator of a comic that I used to love when I was a kid, which is called Witch. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that, but I was very, very inspired by his art style. He also worked for Disney, so I mean, I love Disney films, and his comic was a little bit of a mixture between Disney and mangas. So I mean, it resonates a lot with my art, that kind of style. So this is definitely my inspiration for this drawing.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so maybe let's move on to the next one. So let's skip the big one, which is just compilation of each of them. You were able to see them in movement, because unfortunately I wasn't able to show you all of them as animation because it would be too heavy, especially on mobile devices. You can just see a couple of them animated and the rest of the ones still, and just the big one. So let's move on to yeah, you can go to the little lizard.
Yeah.
So let's give everyone a second to adjust, find out their controls, and oh, yeah, Blast, I love your mask. Looks amazing.
I spent a lot of time customizing my avatar, actually.
Yeah, I think it's just, it would be something weird with you if you didn't. I spent so much time. I don't spend that much time in like real life, but here, like so many ways how to make it.
It was amazing, yes. So many art styles and colors.
Yeah, exactly. How to make it more beautiful than myself. So yeah, for everyone, if you join here Metaverse in web or then even in VR. Here in Metaverse, we have this cool Ready Player One avatars where you just scan yourself and it will create your own avatar. You can then customize it into different styles. It's not as cool as Chiara's animations, but still you get to wear it, and it's quite cool. And in case that you don't have much hair like myself, you can improve yourself at least in the Metaverse. So yeah, let's move on to your characters, to the little lizard, one of the first NFTs that you minted. I don't think it's the first one, or is it?
It's the first one.
Oh,
yes,
it is.
it's the first. Actually, there is a whole story behind this character, and it's the one. It's the first character that I started to promote when I got. When I subscribed to Twitter and I started to promote my art. And thanks to this little character, I got an invitation to Foundation because the artist that was giving invites really liked it. So it has a special space in my heart, this one, and it's the first one of my series of little reptiles. And at the beginning, when I designed it last year, it was meant for another project, but the idea was completely rejected. So I had the permission to use the character and I designed it. So I said, okay, why not releasing on my page? So I released it first on Instagram, and I was really surprised because I got so many likes and comments and really positive feedbacks for these little characters, like as I never did before. So I started to gain a little bit of confidence after that, and that's why I decided to mint it as my very first piece in Foundation.
Yeah, I remember first time I saw it, I was just, wow, that's amazing. I immediately write to you if you want exhibition, let's do it, because it looks so amazing. It feels
it's
like
cute.
years ahead, years of behind it, so much time, and you created so many even more beautiful artworks.
Yeah, this was just the first one. I was experimenting with this kind of series of lizards, and this is also, as you can see, like if you compare it to the other one, it doesn't even have a background. Like it's a still image. It was just me trying and see like what I could invent and create. It was very initial sketch, but still is one of my favorites because of these reasons. Like I really like it.
Yeah, with this the personal story there, it was something that managed to really get you into the space and explore it more. So it's wonderful. We should all thank to that little lizard. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The next lizard in the road. That one is actually animated. It's still here, but you can see it animated on the big screen. So tell us more about this one. Oh yeah, me neither. So something went wrong. It's quite easy fix. Just refresh the browser. and it will debug itself. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should work. Yeah.
Okay, no, I couldn't hear a single thing, so I just refreshed everything.
Yeah, this is a good idea. That's exactly how it works. So yeah, now we will have to wait a little bit for everything to load, but should be quite fast. So tell us about the purple one.
Okay, so I've chosen, I mean, I did in total 10 of them so far, but I picked these two to show because, I mean, the first one, I mean, is the very, very beginning of the series, and this is the latest one that I've drawn, so I wanted to put them a little bit more in comparison. So as you can see, I was experimenting a lot, and I wanted to bring this character even more fantasy details and features. So, I mean, the first one resembles much more a chameleon, but with the second one, I wanted to do like a mix of different kind of reptiles. So I took as a reference many, many different reptiles and looked at so many different species. And this one in special is basically based on a crocodile, a kind of crocodile called the red-eyed crocodile skink. That the moment that I saw it, I fell in love with it because he already looks like a fantasy creature in himself. He looks like a little dragon. So
yeah.
It was like a perfect as a kind of inspiration. So to create something that looks a little bit more fantasy oriented, you know. And you can see this also in the branch that I created and in the color that I've used that are a little more brighter and vibrant and I mean more brighter than the first one. So I just wanted to show you a little bit the evolution of these kind of characters.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the Genesis piece and then a little later piece and then the other characters as well. I actually could put them in order because it's absolutely not in order how they are here right now. I tried to do it a bit more like thematically or just so the colors work together, but I don't know if I succeeded. But anyway. It's pretty cool to see the evolution there. So far,
yeah.
The Mermaid, it's actually one of the last ones, right?
Yeah, it's one of the last ones I published in Maker's Place, and this is basically the one of the. I mean, for this one I did more than a copy. There is the one still available in my Maker's Place, and this one is another drawing where I wanted to push myself a little bit more and experiment a little bit more with the style and I mean with the theme, with the subject. I did this in May and I did it specifically because there is a challenge, an art challenge in May called Mermaid, which is basically a challenge that is based on drawing every single day a different kind of mermaid, and I have never kind of done this kind of challenges. Like there are so many challenges that I follow on Instagram, like the City Challenge or the Inktober or Mermaid, so many, but I never did participate in a challenge like this. So that's why I wanted to push myself and to try something new, and here it is, like the result.
Yeah, it's actually fun when I check out maybe later how it looks animated, because you almost feel like in the bottom of the ocean where the fishes are really swimming around this mermaid, and yeah, it looks really cool, especially the combination of the animal and the woman.
Yeah, Yes, as you can see, I really love to put in the same piece like animals and human subjects. Like I am, I mean, I really really love do that. And in this one, you can see the fishes are actually. I got inspiration from my own personal fishes. When I was younger, I used to have two beta splendens, which are these beautiful, very beautiful fishes with very very long fins, and they're extremely colorful. So I was pretty much inspired by those.
Yeah, I know what which one you mean. I didn't have those. You had the more ordinary ones, but the betas are pretty cool.
They are as beautiful as aggressive.
Yeah, I think like you can't have many of them because they will
they attack
each other.
yes, they attack each other. They're very aggressive, but they're cute. So
yeah. Yeah, I will not ask what happened to those two.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes, it's wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to another example of combination of human character and little animals, the lizards.
Yes, you can see this one as my signature lizards in it, and this is the very first piece I published in Foundation with a human character, and she's also a character based on mythology, on Greek mythology, and she represents a dryad or a tree nymph. And these were minor deities that in the mythology, in the stories, they lived in the forest, and basically they were born linked to their own tree. And what fascinated me the most about these characters is that their lives is linked to the life of the tree, so that if the tree dies, they also lose their lives. And this was very, very fascinating to me. So when it came up, I mean, at the drawing part, what I wanted to do is to realize a character that resembled herself a tree. So you can see that instead of hair, she has like leaves and flowers everywhere, and branches, and you can see her body is made out of wood from a trunk. So it's a little bit of experimentation in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely successful if you ask me. And yeah, actually we have a question from Wooferblast that probably loves women characters, but is curious if there are some male ones. I actually saw some on your website, and since you are working in the movie industry, I expect that you created the male ones as well, but probably not mint any as of yet.
I didn't mint any yet. No, I draw male characters. Like I'm able to draw them, but I think I don't know. I have a propension for women subjects. I don't know why. It's something that I am very passionate about, like the female figure. So usually I focus mainly on that, even though I can totally draw male characters. And since I'm drawing NFTs, I believe that. When I'm drawing NFTs, I'm totally drawing what I feel up at the moment. Like if I feel like I want to do like a female character, I just do that because I feel like I have no limits. I have total freedom, and there is no one in charge telling me what to do. So I just feel like I want to truly express what I love. So that's why you can see mostly female and animals.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I think it's on the other hand, it's really really good to practice more also in drawing other things, like in the spare time.
Yeah, but you do it as part of your job, so it's not like you're not doing it at all.
You mean what job I do?
Sorry, yeah. I mean, you're working in the movie industry, right? So
yeah, for a TV show industry. So at the moment, I'm basically doing a TV show for kids, for Sky Kids, and I'm working remotely. Unfortunately, the studio is based in Scotland, and I'm in London. And yes, I'm using professionally. I'm using mainly Toon Boom as a software. For the TV production is mostly used Toon Boom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working with that software.
Right. Okay, yeah, I hope that answers the question. And the next one is actually quite different because it's missing part of the body, or if it's just not rendered like the rest of them. It's dark elf. So tell us about her.
No, that was a stylistic choice. She's just floating in outer space. So, but yes, I mean this is a very interesting piece in my collection because it's the only 3D piece I have so far, and it is actually for me a very special piece because I realized it alongside my partner, that is a 3D modeler, and he did all the 3D sculpts for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we work perfectly together because I'm kind of in charge of all the 2D, like the 2D sketching, character design, visual development, and animation, and then he does the rest. He did model it in ZBrush and then render it in Blender. And I did the rest. I did the sketch. I did the character, the colors, and I painted the background, the half moon. They're all in 2D. And then what we did is paint on top of the render a little bit. I added some 2D elements like the leaves and the hair strands. You can see some of them are in 2D. And then I did what I usually did with the rest of them, like just bringing them to life with a little subtle breathing animation. And I did the animation in Spine as well. And about the theme, this is a night elf, and it is basically inspired by World of Warcraft, which is a game that me and my partner used to play a lot when we had time. So
cool.
It brings really nice memories. So we decided to do that as a first collaboration.
Oh, I think you just gained a lot of new fans with that. Okay, yeah, so that's really cool. And like with this venture into the 3D space, I know that when I was talking to you first time, it actually was no night elf. Then, like first thing that come to my mind was that these would be like so beautiful as avatars. So as we have currently like these ones, they are quite basic, you know, just for the fab. But Somnium and other worlds have the VR version of the world. It's much bigger. And in Somnium it allows to import custom avatars, just like animated 3D models, and you can sort of wear them, and it's not just like controls with the mouse and keyboard, but you can use them in VR with the headset, controllers and everything. So I can imagine that it would be like really beautiful, especially for women, to be able to actually wear them like that. Oh, I can see. Yeah, you can hear me so far. It's probably just Laura. Yeah. So far, are there any plans of going into that the directions?
You mean in the 3D direction?
Yeah. Or for this particular avatar.
I mean, you mean what I'm going to develop? If I'm going to develop more of this?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe even like directly working into this like avatar creation, where you can actually mint the character, people can buy it and then wear it in this metaverse.
I was more thinking like we have a similar idea, but I mean, we are planning of creating more avatars similar to this, but our original idea was to print them with a 3D printer and to sell the model as well. So this is our original idea, but we're still talking about it, and this is definitely the beginning of a collaboration, of a joint project.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool. Well, you can when you will have some, you can test the waters, and you can just wear it yourself, sort of see how it would look like, and maybe if someone would be interested, I'm almost sure that someone would be interested to to have some of these because they are really amazing, and
Thank you.
really be able to wear it as a unique avatar in the world would be pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the next ones.
Okay, so
So this is like a bluish theme. It's sort of felt that these are different, but in some way something connects them, so I put them together.
no, I was commenting this actually before. Like, I like the way you put them together, basing on the colors. Like,
yeah. I didn't have
they look really nice.
much other ways to do that, but yeah, it just felt right. Yeah.
That's really cool. So, okay, here you can see the first one is called the Cybergirl. It's a single edition I released recently on Maker's Place, and this is a little bit different from the others, as you cannot see in this one the naturalistic element, for instance, because it's more like a futuristic kind of painting. And she's highly, I got inspiration for this one from the video game Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know if you played it or know it, but I was very much influenced by the futuristic kind of aesthetic, and I say, why not trying to push again a little bit my style and try to draw something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. With a different aesthetic. And just like the others, it is meant to have a very calm and hypnotic kind of feeling, kind of message, with these giant LEDs in the background that are like constantly rescaling towards the spectator. And she is looking at you, like looking at the audience with this dreamy look in her eyes, and everything is so calm and peaceful, and I really like this idea because it's pretty much in contrast with the normal representation, the usual representation of this kind of futuristic worlds that is sometimes quite chaotic. So I tried once again to do a little bit the opposite, like to convey a dreamlike and peaceful message with it.
Yeah, so I haven't played it, but I seen a couple of images, and it was usually different ways of depicting destruction.
Yeah.
And decay. It was the second theme, so destruction and decay to these. So this one is quite different. It's more about creation, almost, with the sun over there. Or actually in different places, the sun, even on the background, even if it's dark, it still evoke that feeling of brightness on the creation, at least for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I felt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, and the next one.
And it's kind of similar to the next one, but it's with these LEDs on the back, but the next one is more like still like an experiment. It was more like a tribute to the Ethereum. Like, I realized it at the very beginning for Foundation, and as you can see, there are Ethereum everywhere. And I thought that the Ethereum was really good to represent, because it's very, like, the aesthetic of the Ethereum is very subtle, like it's very delicate for me. And it could be easily be seen like a jewel or like a magic stone. So I said, okay, maybe I will try to do a piece with Ethereum, like jewelry, and this mage. She's like a mage, sorceress that is basically looking at the spectator and doing this sort of magic, energetic sphere with her hands. And still, the meaning and the message is very much similar to the previous one, and it is supposed to be kind of hypnotic.
Yeah. It's probably one of my most favorite ones because
Really?
I like the magic. Yeah. So probably because of that. Not so much because of the Ethereum. I actually haven't seen it there like on the first look. It was just this sophisticated sorcerer with like all the power in their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah, and I
cool.
focus a lot once again on the look, on the look in their eyes. Like it should be the first thing that attracts the viewer. So
Yeah. There is it's actually it must have been complicated to do, especially with the magic going on the front, which naturally takes attention there. But yeah, okay,
yeah.
very nice one. And the last of these three,
And the last of these three is called Under the Moonlight. It's on Foundation. I sold it on Foundation, and it's very similar actually to the three nymphs. I did it right after her, and I took inspiration from her leaves and the way she moves and everything. But this one represents another goddess, always in the Greek mythology. She was the goddess of the moon. You can see moons everywhere in her head as her jewelry, and she has tattoos. And with these ones, I wanted to focus and play a little bit more with colder colors. And yes, pretty much is that.
yeah, I think Laura probably likes this one. Yeah, I know. She. She commented about the tones when we were talking about the other. Yeah.
Thank you very much. really if you like them.
Okay, and now we are getting to the last two of the ones that we have here. Those are the animated ones, and those are also from the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
So tell us more about them. I think it's wonderful that we have them as the last, as the animated ones, so we can really enjoy them in full movement, and maybe we can talk about that as well.
Yeah. So okay. So the first one you can see is called Fauna. It's actually so far one of my favorite pieces I made for this series of drawings. And she's also a goddess. She's a Roman goddess this time, and she was the deity, an earth goddess. She was mainly worshipped by women, and she was the goddess of prophecy and fertility, and also wilderness. And with this one, what I like the most about this one is basically the pose I gave her. I wanted to convey a sort of shyness in her pose, like she's almost like covering herself. But at the same time, you can see that she's looking directly into the audience, into the spectator eye. And I really like this contrast that I made with the shyness, but at the same time, she's confidently staring with a playful look at us. So it is once again a message of self-confidence, this one as well, just like Medusa.
Yeah, it's really nice. What about the like the symbol of I don't know, it's like painting, it's not a tattoo, it's like painting on her back. What kind of symbol is that?
It was like a sun, and as you can see, I put also a lot of moon jewelry and leaves. Like there is always this naturalistic elements coming back in every single painting. I really like to draw these symbols. Yeah. Like I'm attracted by the aesthetic mostly.
Yeah, right. I think it goes perfectly with also with the mythology and all of these ideas together. Okay, and the last one.
The last one is yes, this is part of the pin-up series. And this one in particular represents an elf, and my main source of inspiration when I draw elves is, as you may have noticed, I I really like the fantasy genre, the aesthetic and everything, and I really love to play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if any of you know this role play game.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. Like I've been playing for many years, especially in recent times. I'm playing a lot, and I'm mostly attracted to elves. I'm mostly playing my class. The class that I usually choose are druids who love natures and animals, because I feel that it's very me. Like it is the thing that I most like. So with this one, I was influenced mainly by that, and she represents an elf. And in this painting, I was experimenting more with warm colors. So you can see a lot of orange, reddish tones, and in the background we have a more colder tone. And yes, as I was saying before, also for the witch, I've never drawn in this manner. So this was pretty much like an experiment for me, like something to push my artistic skills, to learn new things, learn how to draw different body poses, and that's why I'm mainly focusing on this series right now.
Oh, so it's so cool. So with the D&D, you have like some sort of party of friends where you are playing frequently.
Yeah, we have we have a party. My boyfriend is mainly doing the master. He writes all the campaigns, and we have been playing for like 3 years now. And in recent time with the COVID, it was amazing to play, because it was a way of connecting with each other. So
Yeah.
we've been playing a lot also online, and yes, it's a game that I really love. Like in general, I really like role play games. We try also other games apart from D&D. It's something that gives me a lot of inspiration in the moment of drawing my characters.
Yeah, so cool. We were actually experimenting with Burning Wheel. I don't know if you have tried that one.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, it is interesting system for like role playing and these sort of things. Oh, very cool. Which one have you experimented with?
I've tried. Basically, recently we were trying a game called Medusa Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically about magic in the contemporary world. It's very
cool.
difficult game to play, and we're still trying to get to know the rules. And then there is another one that we are currently playing that is called Fragmentos. It's a Spanish horror roleplay game, and I'm very much in love with it, because a fun fact about me is that I love to draw cute things, but I like the horror genre a lot. Like most of the time when I'm drawing these things, I'm listening to crime podcasts or horrible stories. Like
okay.
So
dark side.
This is exactly. I never draw anything creepy, but I really like horror. So Fragmentos is another game that we are trying, and it's basically perfect to do like one shots, like single games. With all the rules of horror cinemas, like the classic horror cinema, and it's amazing.
Wow, that's so cool. Actually, like funny story. When I was was it like 20 or 18 or something like that? We created a group of historical fencing, like scenic fencing, that was called Fragmentum.
Oh, really? Okay.
So just a funny story, completely from nowhere. But it's nice how it all sort of connects in weird ways. Okay, yeah. So I love it. Also, I love everyone that's stayed with us for that long. I know it usually keep it shorter, but this time it was like so interesting, and I wanted to really talk about all of these artworks, because they are also cool. And people love it, and you as well, because you stayed with us for like, if you were here even earlier with us, it's 1.5 hours, which is incredible. So big applaud to all of you, also for all of us that stay with us on Twitch. We have some people there as well, so you are the heroes.
Thank you very much. Really, it was amazing. I have so many people. So thank you so much for the support and for coming.
Yeah, and this will be available practically immediately on Twitch. So if someone just came late or didn't get some parts, so you can listen to the recording, and tomorrow or day after that I will try to upload it to YouTube as well, where there will it remain forever, or to some like apocalyptic end. So you would be able to get it from there. Also, if someone would like to make some highlights or whatever, feel free to do it and share it, because sharing is caring, I heard. So absolutely do that. If you like it, don't forget to follow the Twitch. If you are on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, so we know what you think. You can leave us some comments for Chiara, so she can maybe answer them. If you are interested in something, you would like to ask something that we haven't asked here. And maybe last thing would be, Chiara, for you, which is the best way? How can people reach you if they have something, some question or whatever for you? Would like to buy maybe something or commission something?
Well, I am on pretty much, everywhere. Like, I am on Twitter. You can contact me definitely on Twitter, Chiara Moreni, and on Instagram as well, LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere. Perfect.
Yeah, I know you have it very nicely managed. I think there's like Linktree or something like that. Also, you have a website. There are also other design, not just the ones that you minted, which is also cool, because people would be able to see your other work as well, especially if they are interested in seeing maybe how you draw even male characters that we were talking about and that are not minted. So I will put all the links into the description of the YouTube video. If you want to check something out there, just scroll down and you will get everything there. And with that, maybe anyone has any questions before we close it up? Yep. So no. You can for sure reach out to me, comment on the video, reach out to Chiara directly. Thank you all for coming, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, have a nice day, and we can at the end use these cool emotes that we have here. Yeah, I don't like it. I think we should make it some sort of ritual to always party at the end. So
everyone is dancing.
yeah, we started like last time and it was so much fun. So thank you everyone. As you can see, we are crazy here about NFT art, and see you next time. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.